of course, have Wizards. And if you just tuned in, of course, we had some technical issues with Apex. I think some DDoSing issues with Apex there.
Yes.
So unfortunate as it may be. But Wizards were off to a flying start against LDLC on Nuke. And I mean, how many rounds? Five rounds to 3, I think it was, on the T half. That is really impressive to have such a strong start. And that's going to leave them with like, so much confidence.
They did rather well, especially considering that, you know, winning the pistol round only gave them 2 rounds. So they've won 3 rounds after those initial 2 ones where they've, just with rifles, you know, against other rifles. It's very well done. And something that's, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to unfold once we get really back into it, because it could be that LDLC won't win this match simply because of this start. Yep. That's a scary thought.
Yeah, it's a huge momentum breaker, and it's like one of those things where you have some outside influence. It's like someone tapping you on the shoulder or something when you're like really focused in the game. It kind of brings you all of a sudden outside your awareness, kind of leaves the game itself.
Yeah.
And that can be really damaging for your game. I mean, some players are really good at bouncing back and refocusing, but sometimes it's just so annoying and frustrating that I hope LDLC are able to cope well with it.
Well, I think actually LDLC are going to be happier about this. Not that LDLC aren't wanting to get DDoSed. Nobody wants to get DDoSed, but
no.
But if the break itself is gonna mean more to LDLC than well to Wizards. Wizards would like to really just keep playing because they were in a really good zone, and now that like you said, that disconnect can work against them if they're unlucky. But we'll see.
We will see indeed.
Oh,
okay. So it seems like there is another problem as well. So we might have to go to another break whilst that gets resolved.
Oh.
So
what happened? Did someone spill, like Coke in their keyboard or something? I don't know.
But guys, we'll see you very shortly. We'll try to fix this as soon as possible and bring you the Counter-Strike action here for the FACEIT CSGO Spring League. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you after this. Welcome back to FACEIT TV. Ladies and gents, of course, we're here to try to get this gameplay between LDLC and Wizards, which is turning out to be an amazing game. Of course, we've had some technical issues that we've been running into, but I think we're back on the server again with all the players, so hopefully we can get things going again.
The latest technical issue really blew my mind.
Yes.
It's like, as someone who used to like a little bit of coding, I mean, that's very funny. So apparently, Muzambani has like a a slash in his name, and that corrupted the ebot backup because slashes is what you use to leave out pieces of code as comments. So that's very funny. I have like a certain appreciation for that. Of course, it's not so much fun. Actually, it's the wrong way for normal. I don't know.
Depends on which language they're using, I guess, as well.
Suppose. I don't know. Someone more code savvy than me will tell us on Twitter or somewhere else exactly what that means for code. Either way, guys, somehow our admins have managed to make it back, I think, and we're at 5-3 for Wizards on the terrorist side. It's a pretty good score.
Yeah, definitely. This is a really nice scoreline for them, especially as LDLC. Again, I'll just rehash the fact that they are such a sick T side. I don't want to build up the expectations and curse them horribly, but they have a really good T side, generally speaking.
It's been good, but now you have to wonder if it's like we were talking about this whole break that's been going on. If that has somehow impacted the Spanish team, if they are going to suffer from it. If their momentum or whatever you want to call it is going to be a little bit worse. But we're headed into the 9th round here, so welcome back everyone, and sorry about that weird delay. It's sometimes out of our hands, I suppose. Kaylee though outside here, and it's mainly an eco round. Mason has an AK, but that's pretty much it here for Wizards.
Nice little nade there by Kaylee, and Apex going to go up top with the FAMAS and drop Mason. He's looking for another one. Oh my goodness, Apex to find the second one as well. And how on earth does he survive that? Uzi's there from main as well. Can he lock him down? He does. Locking down Lowell over at T-Red. Things are just going incredibly well for LDLC, and Wizards, well, is it flippant to save the momentum here? He does manage to pick off Apex.
Right now it would be very important. Wizards, they have 5 rounds already, so it's not hugely important for them to win very many more rounds, but they need at least to kill 2 people every round from here on out. Just make sure that LDLC can never build a strong economy. They kill 3 people, it's great, and then eventually all they need to do is win a single round, and then they're at, instead of like just 6, they're at 7 because of the economy will be so bad. That's actually how you normally want to win on Nuke. Just generally on the T side, you want to do as much economic damage as you can all the time, so that once you find the breakthrough, any random, lucky round you get, all of a sudden it's worth twice as much. So I think that's what Wizards are up to here in the last 25 seconds.
They might be able to sneakily get a plant down onto the lower side. I think Kyrie's just going to go for it. He is. He's going to go for the plant, and he looks like he's going to get this one. There goes. Oh, no, he gets denied the plant. No, actually, he got the plant down, actually, and Uzi to get the second frag as well. That was incredible there. That was the last millisecond. Good timing from Uzi.
It makes me wonder. Just going to look at the scoreboard. Okay, Mason actually did not have all that much, so he just has an AK. So that means the bomb plant's very important for them here. Without the bomb plant, Mason wouldn't have been able to buy anything. But I was going to say, I almost wish that they would have gone for another kill instead of a plant. Just because of LDLC's economy. They survived that round with 4 members, and it's not like they're looking really strong here on the scoreboard, but it's a little bit better than if they had lost, another person. So 4 on 5 here, and we're into the 10th round. Still the first half of this game is a best of 1. And it's looking like LDLC maybe are stabilizing a little bit.
Okay, so let's see how Muzambani plays with the AWP. Of course, Kaylee's not opening outside, so being in the garage there, might just be able to see the legs or perhaps the head. Muzambani going to miss the shot, but still, he's actually going to force Kaylee away. So smart of Kaylee to respect the general's AWPing skills there from the top of the silo.
Look at this weird thing, though. They have 4 Molotovs being purchased, and Kaylee outside. You said respect, but he came back and actually took the challenge, and it's just a very unlikely headshot. Against an AWP like Muzambani's as well, that's a big risk to take. But it obviously pays off, and now you got to wonder, what are the rest going to do? I'm really confused about all these Molotovs. You normally don't see this on Inferno at all. But suppose they could be used, especially maybe to clear out Toxic. Be kind of cool if they left 1 to make sure nobody was in there.
Maybe just like carpet bomb the vents as well once the bomb is down could also be really nice. There are a lot of possibilities which could be quite interesting. I really hope the Wizards are going to be able to show us just exactly what they intend with those Molotovs. But DLC, they still have all their members alive. And there goes one Molotov, and there's the second. So no entrance, at least very quickly, from that ramp route. And the bomb will be planted from Flippin below the smoke. And Happy Gonna get taken out there, and Kyrie also taking down Maniac. So things are looking amazing here for Wizards.
Yeah, they used a grenade, but they could have just as well used a Molotov. They actually just managed to take the round away, seemingly with ease, away from LDLC. And this strategy that they were going for is nothing. It's nothing out of the ordinary. Putting people down secret over here, and then sort of getting into the bomb site, and having one person in radio room is just. I mean, that's almost like standard play on the terrorist side. So. Not sure how LDLC weren't able to cope with it, but they weren't, and now they have no money again. What's happening to the French team?
They're going to need that strong T side by the looks of things, and LDLC going to try to make something happen with that one M4. And Kaylee going to get one Apex as well, but Wizards are soon to be gutting their opposition here on Nuke. And Maniac pick one off again, so they're actually making things a bit tight here, and Happy, he could actually make this happen. Kyrie's incredibly low, and Lowell's not really super healthy, so Happy can definitely go for this. Looks to be his intention too.
Goes down the vent, that's a big risk, but he actually makes it up alive. I thought he would have been dead just trying to come up here. Runs in, tries to take the kill, takes down Kaori, and now so one-on-one, he doesn't have a kit, so it's a long defuse. But Lowell, he thinks it's a fake. He's still waiting. 2 seconds left. He's going to walk out. The smoke is covering, and he's not going to get the defuse. Lowell gets the double kill, and Happy, not enough time. And obviously, with a kit, he would have defused that bomb 10 times, but...
That was so brave. That was so brave. I mean, you talk about holding it when you have the kit, but he was just... No.
Pros don't fake.
Yeah, you just don't fake. He's a man trying to engage man mode there, but we can't distract ourselves from the scoreline. 7-4. LDLC having a rough time of things on the CT half of Nuke. Kaylee's going to be operating with the AWP outside now from the garage, but what is he going to get with this? So far, Wizards are just playing defensively. This, to me, is kind of indicative that they are thinking about focusing this. We might see that upper style rush again with all the smokes, or rather the ramp smokes going in upper, and then they go ramp, or perhaps they will just go upper with it. They've got a lot of options, but that seems to be what is most likely now.
Yeah, you lose that battle early on with Mason. It's very unfortunate there, but a nice shot from Uzi. Obviously loses no health. Now they're all down towards radio, and have they gone for like any really aggressive ramp pushes so far? I guess they haven't. I mean, not when anyone's been here. This time Maniac's defending, spots a couple of people, and will try and flash his way back into safety, which is the correct way of doing things here, I think.
Yeah, and so it seems like they are going for that move that they used on round 4. Again, that's a really nice play, but it's a little bit slower this time, and just the LDLC have better positions to cope with this because of that. And Uzi's going to stop Musa and Barney. Great pick off there. That's going to hurt Wizards' aggression massively here. Maniac is locking down the site too, and it's just a quick 1-2 cleanup and at the end there. And LDLC do shut that down. Perhaps Wizards a little bit too slow on the strategy that time.
Yeah, very unlike anything else they've done in the past, where they've been all over the map, and it seems like they've been winning a lot of the rounds because LDLC haven't been able to cope with having to face too many angles. This time they just all walk down into lower the bomb side, and that just didn't really make any sense at all. Nice quad kill from Uzi in that round, bring us into the 13th round straight away, and Wizards are out of money. They didn't get the bomb plant, so but they're still looking pretty good.
I think LDLC noticed straight away because they saw the one man go to Squeaky, but moving back into this round again, losing one man very quickly is of course never great, but they are on the pistols. Can Kyrie get the deep? No, doesn't find the frag just yet, and look at all that beautiful information LDLC have now.
Rushing through the smoke, go over here. Apex gets the opening kill. The M4A1, such a good tool to bring down that many players. It's going to be Maniac shooting through the smoke here. Finally gets him with just a few bullets left, but that was some good kills. Bit of the eco Cobra coming out here. Yeah,
and so not many rounds left here at all. Only 2 more left for this first half, and LDLC need both of those rounds. They need that 8-7 badly, and here are the rifles to do just that. Kaylee working with the AWP again. He hasn't been incredibly successful with it. He's done an okay job, but let's see what he can do this time around. Actually, are we going to see another kind of ramp/upper-centric play here? It does look to be the posturing of Wizards when they're going for that kind of move right now. We're seeing super defensive and working that T-roof.
They're really setting up for it. They seem to be expecting that maybe LDLC are going to come quite aggressively against them. But French team's playing it very passively, not really wanting to do much of anything at this point. Oh, wallbang! Are you kidding me, Happy? He's going to take the shot through on Lowell. I don't think we've seen a wallbang that impressive for a long time. He was even stood up on the actual house outside. Well done. Kaylee going to take one down, and outside here, spray comes in from Mason. very nearly drops him down, and Kaylee should be gone in just a few seconds. Still alive somehow, goes for a third shot, and it's going to be the end.
I don't even know. Happy, he just blew up. Whatever they wanted to do, it got called off after that frag. I mean, that really ruined it for them. And it's just flipping left in a 1-on-4. He only has 30 seconds left as well with the bomb stuck outside. So there's not a lot for him to be able to accomplish here. See what he's able to do. Not even able to take down one player, and LDLC with a fantastic round, and Happy with an almost psychic level of prediction going on there. Good.
It's a very, very strange angle that he managed to shoot at then. The good news is for LDLC is that there's no money left for Wizards. They just really can't buy anything except for pistol and grenades, and that's what they've done. So we're very likely going to finish 8-7 here in favor of LDLC, which is not exactly something they should be celebrating, but at least it means that they're not out of the game yet. I mean, 7 rounds is a hell of a lot on the terrorist side, but it's not enough that you can just do whatever you want and still win.
No, certainly not. So Wizards right now, they're taking it a bit slow, trying to work map position a little bit. Got one going radio. Lobby's under lock and key. And Kaylee's watching from Secret. They're going to take down Mason. So that's going to be really hard to deal with. They do have the grenades to do it, though, if they want to smoke that off. Because they can't really push down Secret now with that AWP just waiting for them. So where do they go? That's the big question.
Yeah, and everywhere they go, there's grenades and more smoke finding them. So it isn't really that easy for them. There's a good headshot from Musambani, going to take Kaylee down to 20 HP. 50 seconds on the clock, and it feels like it is going to be another ramp push coming out here with Maniac holding. Apex takes down Musambani, and this is not going to be a problem at all for the further Swiss player.
Maniac will fall there, but the ramp is not lost. Apex comes in for the last couple of frags, and we do indeed have our 8-7 scoreline. Wizards with 7 on the board on the T half. That is very impressive, and they're going to be very happy about that. And LDLC, we're going to start to... I think we're in for a treat here because they usually have some really nice rounds to show on Nuke.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this is going to unfold because, well, right now we're waiting for the start money to get all sorted out. They don't want to start with $3,500, which is fair enough. They need the $800 start. But what we need really is obviously for LDLC to come in and win the pistol round. If they do that, we could be seeing a scoreline that says 11-7 before Wizards can start buying, which is still very good. I mean, at that point, there's every chance that it's going to be hard for LDLC to get the last 5 rounds, but if they don't win it, if Wizards win it instead, are we then looking at 10-8? At that point, I'm not so sure that LDLC are going to be able to bring it back here. I'm just not.
Definitely. So here we go. I'm quite curious how LDLC are going to handle this pistol round. What do you feel is like the most common strategies we're seeing right now? What is the metagame really dictating on nuke pistols for the terrorist side?
I think most people prefer to go outside, really. You can do what Wizards did is the A push is just a little bit more risky, and it very nearly failed for them. I mean, it had to be flip into a 1-on-3 before they could win it, so that's not something you really want to try and counter on. I think outside is the slightly safer choice in this context, but it's we'll have to see if they can pull it off. There's some risk in it as well because you do need to buy a lot of grenades to then not get sniped off with USPS and stuff like that. So
that is the thing. And there's no real easy answer, is there? I mean, if you go ramp again, there are the risks. Even though you get the close range, it gets really chaotic. So it'd be really interesting to see how they try to open things up. And if Wizards are able to actually lock it down, they're going to have a crazy lead coming in. I mean, they're going to be on, something like maybe around 10 to 8 with a good economy behind them, probably.
I don't know. But there's a lot of fun stuff you can do, though, on the CT side. Not so much in pistol rounds, but in... like, if you end up ecoing on the pistol side, we've seen some really cool strats every once in a while where... I think one of the funniest strats I've seen in eco rounds on the CT side of Nuke is the one where you... on the courtyard, all the way over by the windows in heaven, you put one person on the roof, then one person all the way up on the dog walk, and then you put one person all the way down on the floor. But they're all at the very same angle, so they all line up. And then when the Ts come out into the yard, they sort of look that way, and there's just like one line of CTs, but then different angles. Very hard to figure out who you want to shoot first. Yeah. And pistols, even at that range, even pistols versus AK, you can actually just do really well. So there's a lot of weird stuff you can do on Nuke. Actually, I think Nuke is just one of the maps. That's why it's such a good map, is that there's such a huge room for really, really funky setups.
Yeah, I actually love the changes that came in with like having the whole secret thing. That's actually like really nice.
Volcano, who made those changes originally, which is why people sometimes call it Volcano instead of Secret. So yeah.
Well, props to Volcano. I mean, it's a really good map, and it's I like how we're getting some of the changes. How do you feel about Inferno actually? Because Inferno obviously looks like the Source version, really.
Yeah,
it's much more similar to the Source version.
I like the changes they made with the CT apartments, making them wider. I think that's a good idea. I think fundamentally anything that resembles a cart, you know, they have those carts over by the B-bomb site, or the car wreck. I am just fundamentally against. I don't think those are objects that should be in Global Offensive.
You don't like those?
Nope, I don't. I think they distract from. It's not like ruining the game for me. It's not like if Valve never remove it, then it'll always like, you know.
What about the chickens? Come on, you didn't say anything about the chickens. You're gonna complain about the car wreck and everything, but
yeah,
I've grown
used to the chickens.
Yeah,
but actually the chickens they're still a problem because
they are a bit.
You know, we haven't seen it yet, but we could see a game once. Like, and imagine if there was in a JW. Yeah, but imagine if it was like a major tournament in the finals, the final one-on-one or something like that. You have to imagine that it could actually be very bad. So yeah, I'm a little bit of an elitist when it comes to stuff like that. I don't actually think it has its place in the game, but fair enough. I'm not going to let it ruin the fun because I still think it's such a cool game, this one. So
I swear
these small details.
Yeah, I swear they're adding chickens every patch. They're adding one more. I swear, sneaky.
Are they trying to troll us?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so LDLC, look at this. It's an important round for them, much more important here than it is for Wizards to win this one. Flippin, trying to guess the angle. Happy, very close to Musambani here. And the timing could be everything. Maniac opens it up. Execution from Happy. And a great start for the French team now. They're rushing down, but who is that hiding in secret? It's Mason. He could be the key to the turnaround for Wizards. If they want to win this round, he's going to do really well. Opens it up there. No bomb plant, and Kaylee goes down. The bomb, did it jump up? What?
Nice.
He threw it up. That actually really helps them. Now Mason can't cover the bomb anymore. They can go recover it. He gets the... Oh! Great headshot. It's going to be now a triple kill. Still got plenty of time, and this could be one of the sickest plays. If this really happens, it's going to be amazing. He goes for the shot, splashes out, but it won't be enough. Maniac will take him down for the triple. Still beautiful play coming out. But the fact that the bomb even got thrown away was kind of weird.
That was amazing. I was so rooting for that one before. And with the decoy, going for maybe like a fake flash or something, that could have been absolutely glorious. But what a show so far! And Wizards are actually going to take that pistol round. So Wizards are actually 8-8 now on the score because we finished 8-7 in favor
that must be
LDLC.
I think that's a mistake. I think that's just because the scoreboard up top is messed around. Look at that! They did the thing just like I was talking about. Oh, can we see it in time? So yep, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, it's almost like I'm psychic. They did the thing where they are on different levels, but all at the very same angle. And the scoreboard up top is going to be switched around, so I'm pretty sure it was LDLC.
You need to read my hands, man.
Exactly.
Tell me my future. Well, the bomb is going to go down from Apex on the lower side, so let's see if they're able to defend this. They do have plenty of time to get some good positions here. Apex running back up towards ramp. Going to see some traffic over towards vents, but it seems like a relatively simple cleanup coming in from LDLC now, and Harry's going to try to make his presence known, but can he get... Yes, he will find a kill.
Took some time. He turns around, actually gets the headshot on Maniac as well. It's very well done. Now down to a 2-on-2. I don't think they can actually win the round with this anymore because there's so much time already spent. But this is a tremendous performance from them in the second round here. They run away. They saved 2 armors and an AK. It's a lot of money. 5,500 equipment value right now that they're running away with in the round. Actually, one of them dies, so it's down to 42. But it's still a very good job from Wizards. And just to reiterate, because I'm so happy they did it just after a talk. That almost never happens. But they did it in the corner here, but you can actually do it further out. What I was thinking about is having one guy here, then one guy here, and then one other guy right up here. And then you sort of all have the exact same angle. And it's right when you can see the angle. It's right when they come around this corner. They sort of, the first thing they see is like this whole lineup. But they had actually done it all the way in that corner, which is also interesting. And could have worked very well for them, even better than it did.
So again, the scoreboard is quite confusing. So
yes,
LDLC are the ones with the 2 rounds there, and going for a bit of a slow round. They're actually going to pick off Uzi there, making it a 3-on-3 at this point in time. And LDLC look to be cleaning up, and they've got themselves in on the upper side. Musa and Barney though, he's always dangerous, pushing through that smoke with that P2000, but.
It's a good jump out, a little bit of a parkour action, jumping out onto the CT main there. Bomb is going to go down, and Musambani trying to see if he can maybe see through the smoke, and he's got some backup in Flippin coming in. He's going to walk right into the face of Apex, and Kaylee, in fact, is going to pick up the kill, and Flippin decides maybe better to save the AK one more time, which it most certainly is at this point.
Oh, yeah, yeah. AK is so valuable. And Wizards going to be looking for every edge they can get at this point. LDLC, if they build up momentum, it's going to get really scary, really fast. Flippin, can't quite save himself. Kaylee,
come on, 1 HP on Kaylee. I really feel like there's a really good chance right now that Wizards are going to win this game. They seem to be very much on point. The last 2 rounds, even though they've lost them, they've definitely shown that they have a really, you know, a lot of firepower on their side, and there's some good skill as well. See how it's going to go here. We're straight into the 4th round of the second half, and at the moment, the scoreline is, what, 11-7 here it must be? Wizards trying to see if they can bring it back.
So here we go, just going to see a relatively standard setup, but Wizards aren't running any AWPs in this, so we can't expect any Musambani glory just yet with that ult, but it's scary with everything. Can never count out the general, but LDLC, they are just trying to keep things tight on lobby and ramp right now. And here they go, in go the nades, and Mason's going to have a hell of a lot to deal with very shortly here. Lowell is above him to aid support, but he's going to get taken down. And Apex and Uzi coming out massive with his entry, and LDLC. That is one of those upper rushes that they perform to just magnificence. Wizards trying to scramble back into this, get the site back, but it's just not happening for the Maniac to take down Musambani. Kyrie does take out Happy over in lobby, so they might have just been able to they might have just punched a hole through lobby that might get them access to the site. But can Kyrie perform? He does manage to take down Kaylee as well, and Flippin might be aiding him as well with that crossfire, but it's going to be really tough here for Maniac.
Maniac's trapped in a corner. They're going to come for him and take him down and retake everything. Kyrie with a triple kill, and there's enough time. That was a sick retake, but I'm very impressed, and you're right. LDLC's initial push was very interesting. Lowell in this position, you see him just resting a little bit here for the next round. He should have been in a prime position to deal with an A push. Right here, you got control of Hot and of Squeaky over there, but because of all the smokes that went down, he actually couldn't see a single thing. That's very curious how that worked out for LDLC, but it didn't in the end, and Wizards actually bring it back. To their credit, because if they lost that round, they would have been ecoing.
It's amazing as well, because that was pretty much LDLC's like very well-tailored upper rush, where they run around kind of the main side of the little kind of nukes in the middle of the upper site, so they can wrap around, and that's like incredibly powerful. And you can see them getting all the frags. They got to the site, but just that retake was just mind-blowing from Wizards. And Kyrie, I mean, he really made it work with that flank through lobby from ramps. So Wizards definitely bringing themselves back into this against all odds, I must say. And LDLC gonna have to think twice before running traps like that against them. So let's see if they're able to recover here.
Oh, what are they doing? Look at this. Cheeky play coming out here from Apex. This is pretty important. If he misses this jump, actually Maniac's gonna take down Musambani already. And Apex, he's wanting to make this jump. Come on.
Psyching himself up, and he makes it.
And it works. He takes down Flippin, so it's all worth it. The practice that goes into it, and you can actually fail that. If you do, it's kind of horrible. And then he's going to go down to Lowell anyway. So the communication is good for Wizards. He got the information. Now the bomb is dropped in CT main. Mason going to take down Happy, and it's on Kaylee here with 12 HP. So in spite of all the trickery coming out from the Frenchman, it's not enough here for the round.
It certainly is not. Kaylee's way too weak to make anything happen. Bit of spray through the smoke is enough to do the job. And Wizards, they might just win this. And this is looking kind of amazing.
It makes you wonder, because once Apex actually gets this jump over and shoots one person here, how does he not expect that whoever's in this bomb site is going to get information that he's coming? I mean, surely, you know, whoever died down here will relay that information to the rest of his teammates. It felt like LDLC could have timed the second stage of that push into the A-bomb site a lot better by just, you know, having someone go through main at the same time or something like that.
Here we go. We have LDLC on another pistol, and I don't imagine that they're going to be able to accomplish very much. Wizards' setup is pretty strong, but here they are all stacking up in that hut. And Wizards have to know what's happening here. They've seen some legs. They know what's going on. There goes the flash in. And Lowell watching main. He needs some help. Really, he's got Mason there. But still, this could be quite dangerous if they manage to take down Mason quickly. But Mason...
It's not going to be pretty, is it?
And this should be pretty easy from now on. I mean, they're bottleneck. There's nowhere for them to really go. All they can do is just be welcomed by the warm embrace of Mason's M4, and that is not the best welcoming, I've got to say. Lowell still locking down the top, and here they go. They're trying to go in, but these counter grenades are just so perfect from Wizards.
Yeah, it was looking really good here, and the thing that's really working here for the Spanish team is that they're not losing any players at all so far, and they're not going to lose a single one throughout the round, so a lot of money being stacked up here on their side from a round like this. All they need to do is sort of rebuy any grenades that they used, and that's it. So now we're looking at a 10-11 scoreline. I think that's the overall score here. They're one round away versus from equalizing, and at that point, it's going to be tough for LDLC to try and bring it back. I mean, they must realize what's happening here.
Yeah, certainly. I actually wouldn't be surprised to see that upper push again, because they're probably thinking to themselves. And I think they... Okay, here grenades over to... So we won't actually see the straight up upper push like we saw before, but I can't help but think they're going to do it again in the future, because they pretty much... They had the site, they got the bomb down, and they lost to the retake. That's not supposed to happen, so we'll probably see that coming out again from them. And right now they're just taking some map control, forcing back some position with the smokes, and what a wallbang angle. You got to...
Again! It's Happy! There's the guy who did it on the CT hub. Incredible stuff. How does he know?
That is just so much preparation, isn't it? You just spend hours with your teammates on an empty server, practicing all the wall bangs. Happy's got it on lock. And that's going to make a big difference.
It's twice in the same game. It's very impressive stuff by Happy. You're right, it is. You know, you need to know those angles. Kayari doing some good damage onto Uzi, very nearly bringing him down. 5 HP on him, and in the back of the site here, Musambani missing some shots that he should not have missed. That could be a big problem now for Wizards. They're in a 2-on-5. Musambani all alone after having failed initially is going to be taken down by Kaylee. So that's a flawless round from LDLC, and a good sign for them. They're bringing it back a little bit here. That's 12 rounds for them now.
LDLC are looking pretty scary. But I wonder now
what's happened to Musambani's second half here. He's got 0 kills in the first 7 rounds. That's not enough.
General, man. He's just there to command the troops.
To the back, hoping that he can maybe call in an airstrike eventually.
Yep. And Flippin with a very forward position here on T-Red. This could be quite unexpected. This could be a massive play there if they don't spot him. But great play from Apex. First taking down Musambani. Oh, and there's the triple. Amazing stuff from Apex. You just cannot fault the man. But he just knows. He knows everything. Lowell might get himself a frag hit, but no, he just cannot deny LDLC in this round. Kyrie's the only one left. He's going to climb the ladder up to heaven. But against 4 players, there is not a lot for him to hope to be able to do here. He's going to take down Apex, stop his rampage, but the bomb will get dropped there. So let's see if Harry can do much more. And look again, these wallbang angles, they just know.
They have some good reads, but what a round from Apex. Absolutely stunning. The wallbang outside through this through this crate right by T-Red. And I actually think Wizards had a great setup out here. But it just didn't work out at the end, and then he went on to get 2 more kills after that. Now 5-3 here in the second half, which is an overall score of 13-10. It's looking scary here. Now LDLC are 3 rounds away from winning. If they get up to 8 in total, that's it. They've won the game. So it's looking pretty close here now, and especially because Wizards only have pistols. I'm just very impressed by LDLC. Oh, here they go. They do it again. We get the second try. And out here, it's going to be facing immediately Happy. He spots everyone, and he's going to take the challenge and somehow gets the kills. He's going for more, and finally gets taken down. But still, I'm glad that Wizards are doing what I try to tell. That doesn't happen so often, you know.
It does make you sound really, really smart.
It's like you can always theory craft about strategies, but it doesn't always happen. There's another strat we should talk about on Nuke, but well, not now.
The action is unfolding before us. Musambani actually able to find himself an AK. Maybe he's going to get some frags on the board with that. But of course, they've got to go for the retake here. And Kaylee positioned quite nicely here to deal with all the oncoming players through vents and also through the window here. Musambani up there. Oh, wow, going to get the kill onto Uzi. So things are looking pretty good for this retake. Kaylee's the last man standing. There's nothing really for him to do. And that was a pretty well cleaned up.
Yeah. It's an eco-round victory for Wizards, exactly what they needed now, that they're sort of on the edge of actually losing this map, and it was, in part due to that strange setup outside. The other one that I wanted to talk about, because now, now I have to try and see if they're ever going to do it. Probably maybe not in this game, but you guys should remember it anyway. You can do a strat where you have one person with a pistol, you don't have anything else, there's an eco round out here looking, and then everybody else takes a long run all the way down, this way, all the way down secret. Then you have 4 people waiting right here at the stairwell, and when your guy up in the courtyard, when he spots people, then everybody charges up the stairwell. It's very, so it's not actually hard to execute. It's obviously a big risk, because if they just go ramp or A, then you just lose the round.
Yeah,
but it's a lot of fun, and it can actually work out really well. But I'm not sure we'll see it this game, because now there aren't that many rounds left anymore.
LDLC, a man on silo, they're making fast progress outside. Looks like it's going to go straight down secret, covered by the smokes, taking no damage really, just 7 hit points down on Apex, but they are down. This could be a stunning round from LDLC if they're able to break into that lower site and get the setup that they want. And Wizards don't seem to know exactly what's happened here, and they've at least got Mason kind of blocking them off for now. There goes the Molotov, and LDLC, their progress has been halted for now.
Yeah, they have plenty of time to wait for that Molotov, and Mason doesn't have any more grenades to try and stop them with, so he's probably just going to be spotting them and then falling back. If he can get a really quick pick, that'd be amazing. He spots one, re-peeks. This is dangerous for Mason. He needs to stay alive in these vents, and he's going to fall back, which is definitely the right idea here. It's not worth it for him to go down just to, attempt to get a headshot on some guy. Now, Kaylee being flashed in and goes down to Musambani. Apex with the return on Mason. 30 seconds left, and the bomb goes down here, so nicely done by LDLC. Uzi's going to pick off one, but now it's spiraling out of control. They're 2 on 3.
Just Maniac and Happy remaining for the Wizards, LDLC, and the bomb is ticking away. Wizards are taking their time. They are being very, very good on these angles together, coordinating it. Here goes Happy. He's got to make this counter. Need to blow up the door, but the cover is just too good. They saw that coming, and Wizards will clean up the round with 3 players left standing, all with the AKs. So that's a really good result there for Wizards, who tie up this half 5-5, but they are 1 round behind still.
It's a very, I love the idea of blowing up the door like that with the grenade to try and come back in. I think that could have been very successful. But 3-on-1 is still no easy task, and you're right. So 1 round difference at this point. First half ended 8-7 in favor of LDLC. We'll see here how it's going to all go. LDLC, at least they're getting the bomb down, so even losing rounds, they're getting some money on their side, which could actually be what they need at the end. Mason going for a little bit of wallbang, but this time it's not going to be as crazy as earlier. Though Happy is going to get it again. Low, so low. That's almost 3 times in 1 game for Happy.
They just don't learn. It's not safe up there if you're against Happy. It's not safe. Flippin does get some good damage in return onto Kaylee outside, but Wizards, they're all so low. How did this even happen? They are tossing some nades in, but LDLC are getting a lot of map control. They might even be able to boost up to heaven here or just get themselves up to heaven. They have so many angles, and Wizards are going to be feeling really pressured here, but at least they have control of the upper site still. It gives them a lot of options to get quickly between the upper and the lower bomb site as they wait for LDLC to make a play here. But LDLC, they have so many options.
They do, but they're also running out of time, and it's going to be an A play coming in straight away. Low goes down. Mason in back of the site is going to be killed immediately, and that was not the best defense coming out here from Wizards. It's going to be a 1-on-3 for Flippin. Bomb is down as well. You should just run away here. Looking for some extra kills maybe if you can, with the AK takes down Happy, which is pretty good. They will actually have no, they won't have it. Or maybe they can actually stretch it forward, because Lowell does have a lot. If he saves this 1 AK, it would be a lot easier for them to buy in the upcoming round. And this is LDLC now. Just after this round, they're going to be 2 away from winning it.
Yeah. I was surprised he actually threw the Molotov there, considering the fact that they're so expensive on the CT side as well. And
yeah,
they're going to need every little edge they can get going into the next rounds now, as LDLC are going to be on 6 rounds in this half, which gives them a score of 14 rounds overall. So they're edging very, very close now. 1 more round and they have hit that magical 15. So Wizards, it is pretty much all on this round. Look at their money. Spending
everything they can, of course. Musambani with an AW here outside, something we talked about earlier, and we haven't really seen him go crazy like we maybe would have expected. He's a little bit sort of, I know, he's falling a little bit behind. It's strange. He's got, 5 kills now, but it's still at the bottom of the scoreboard here in the second half. Flippin goes down to Apex, and there's another kill coming in. Straight headshot onto Musambani, and now Mason is the only one covering the courtyard here. He's got a pretty big task ahead of him, and a grenade to follow forces him up. In fact, and he takes more damage. LDLC, they're reading the Spanish team quite well at the moment.
Yeah, they're playing this so incredibly well. Now they remove Kyrie as well. It's just Lowell and Mason left, and they have to take... It's a 2 versus 5. This is going to be ridiculous for them to get this back. I mean, LDLC, they're still just spamming away and pressuring. They know that there's got to be at least one on the upper side. And he's working every single angle that he knows. He's working them all right now. And...
Oh, believe, Happy. Believe. Look at this. He's got 30 bullets left after this. He's just used every single clip that he has to try and do that. But 2 on 5 here. I mean, even though there's... actually, there's plenty of time to put down the bomb, but yeah, even though there wasn't that much time left, they're still going to be able to do it here. Lowell and Mason, what could they possibly do? I mean, saving rifles is the only choice here, looking for exit kills. But
there's a Happy. And Mason's going to take one down, but he's going to get hunted soon. And this rifle is going to be really key to keep alive because, we're going to move into a situation where they are broke. They're super broke. LDLC are going to be on 15 rounds. And they have to play for this overtime, of course. And they're probably going to be on pistols and Mason's M4 if he can keep it alive. And they're going for him.
It'll be a match and match point here for the French team, who have actually done a very fine job. I assumed that with that kind of a start for Wizards, it would be all but over, basically. It would be just the Spanish team coming in on the second half and winning it easily. But the Frenchmen showing us they've got something up their sleeve here. And now for the final round, Dan, it's Mason with an M4 and everybody else has pistols. This is a sad way to end it almost.
It really is. But, we've seen stuff actually work with that one rifle if they can play well together. And he's actually going to keep his position. That we're not going to see any crazy setups from them. They're just going to keep it vanilla here with that one rifle. So I wish them luck because this is going to be incredibly difficult to pull off. And we've got Mason smoking down there. His teammates providing that information that secret's been breached. And Mason's going to provide that halting movement with that smoke there. And just going to stand, watch to make sure that they do not progress into the lower bomb site. But there go the nades of LDLC as well.
And I don't know. I can't really blame him for not going super aggressive with the rifle. But at the same time, I feel like with Nuke, it's very hard to predict exactly where they're going to come. So if he's in the wrong spot, they probably just lose the round. Easier for him to go and find them because he knows where they're going to be early on anyway. But that's just my point of view here. A lot of damage done to Musambani. He's down to 10 HP. 40 seconds left. And it seems like LDLC, they're pretty happy with pushing very late in the round here.
Yeah, they definitely are. I mean, they know that they're playing against a terrible economy. They know that the longer the round goes, the more chances they get to get some damage in. Flippin will actually take down Apex. But can he get to return? Kyrie with a sneaky little move coming around that crate, not suspected, but does get the frag, picks up the AK. No, he can't.